The power of focus in a highly distracted world is a topic that resonates deeply, especially through the lens of neuroscience and psychology. Hi, my name is Precious, and one of my bachelor's of sciences is in psychology. Let's talk more about this. In today's world, distractions are abundant, from endless social media notifications, from shows to watch, and there's just a lot of endless information that's being poured to us. From a psychological perspective, focus is deeply tied to our cognitive process, like attention, memory, and goal setting. So, actually, William James, which is the founder of American psychology, said a quote that goes along the lines of, "My experience is what I agree to attend to." This essentially means that what we focus on becomes our reality. Focus involves selective attention, which is the process of tuning in or zoning in to one stimuli while filtering the others. So this is governed by our unconscious and our conscious mechanisms. So there's two type of attention, top down and bottom up. So top down attention is driven by goal and intention. So for example, writing an essay. Our bottom up attention is driven by external stimuli, so a noise or a notification. In psychology, there's a concept called cognitive load, which refers to the amount of information that our brain can process at a given time. In a distracted world, our cognitive load is oftentimes overwhelmed, which leads to mental fatigue and distorts our focus. To incorporate this with neuroscience, focus is not just a mental skill but a physiological process. Your brain's prefrontal cortex plays a huge role in maintaining attention and regulating distractions. There are a few neurochemical processes that underline focus, which is dopamine, acetylcholine, and cortisol. Dopamine fuels your motivation and reward. It makes it so much easier for you to stay engaged in tasks that feel enjoyable. Acetylcholine enhances selective attention, which gives us the ability to just focus on one stimuli and filtering the rest. And cortisol, also known as the stress hormone, in small amounts, it can heighten your awareness. The interplay of all these systems shows that focus is not just about our willpower, but rather about our environment, our physiological state, and our mindset and attention. In our world, focus feels like an uphill battle. There's all these social media notifications, all these advertisements, all these things that are competing for our attention. It pulls us away from the things that are actually meaningful to our lives. Here are some tips that I use personally that allows me to reclaim my focus in today's world. So number one is have good digital hygiene. Silence your notifications and limit certain apps during work hours. So use features like focus, do not disturb, and also something that I do is I'm very intentional with the individuals that I follow on my social media. If you check my social media, the individuals I follow are more aligned with where I see myself long term. This makes it easier so that if I do get distracted, I'm getting distracted by information that is fueling my dreams and my goals instead of meaningless distractions. Another tip is to prioritize the meaningful tasks. So for example, if there's a huge thing that I need to do, and then I have other minor things I need to do. Sometimes I find myself doing the minor things and then feeling like, oh my gosh, today I was so productive. When in reality, I wasn't actually productive. I just did minor things that aren't going to push me forward towards my goal versus the major thing that I had to do. So what you need to do, you need to prioritize doing the thing that has the biggest impacts in your life, in your grades right now, and then give your time and attention after the completion of that huge task to the minor things. And lastly, another tip is use attention enhancing techniques. So for example, if I find myself getting distracted, I do my work first. I'm like, okay, let's just do this for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, then we can reward ourselves with 5 minutes or 10 minutes of technology time. So doing that makes me feel so motivated. And sometimes I work longer than 30 minutes. So like, for example, if I have a work I need to do, I'm like, okay, let's do this for 30 minutes. I will not set a timer for 30 minutes. And then I check the time and I see, oh, actually, I worked on it for 2 hours. But then when I have my social media break reward, I do set a timer to keep myself on track. Things like that help with focus. Those are some few helpful tips. It's so important to reclaim your focus in a world that is trying to push all these distractions towards you, because when you get distracted, it can cost you your dreams and your goals. So always remember that. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, and let me know if you have any topics that you'd want me to further explain. Bye.